Following the recent release of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree expansion, I decided to dive into a discussion on what I think are some of the best DLCs and expansions in gaming history. These additions have brought new life to certain games, offering unforgettable experiences, rich storylines, and incredible gameplay moments that may even surpass their base games. When compiling this list, I took multiple things into account. There will be only one entry allowed per series, so I had to choose wisely. I also decided not to include any DLC or expansion that I have not personally played. Some of these are included in the honourable mentions, alongside other DLCs that just missed out on this list. If you think I've missed any that you believe deserve a place on this list, let me know in the comments and leave a like while you're there. Let's jump straight into the honourable mentions. I won't spend too much time talking about each one, so let's just run down the list. Fallout 3, Broken Steel and Point Lookout, Fallout 4, Far Harbor, Fallout New Vegas, Lonesome Road, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, Dark Souls, Artorias of the Abyss, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, The Shivering Isles, The Witcher 3, Hearts of Stone, Dragon Age Inquisition, Trespasser, Skyrim, Starfire and Dawnguard, Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea, and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. These expansions and DLCs are excellent and are all worth playing. Some only missed the list because I've already added an entry from that franchise to it. Some people may be disappointed to find certain DLCs like the Shivering Isles on this list. Like I said, it's simply due to the fact that I've never had the pleasure of actually playing myself. So yeah, we'll get straight into the actual list right now. Number 10, The Last of Us Left Behind. Left Behind is an emotional journey through Ellie's backstory and her relationship with her friend Riley. This DLC prequel offers a narrative that complements the main story, focusing on its own themes of love, loss, and survival. Left Behind is a powerful addition to the critically acclaimed first entry in the Last of Us series, and even received a TV adaptation. It's short, yet effective, and slots in perfectly at number 10 for me. Number 9, Borderlands 2, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep is a very unique DLC for Borderlands 2 that combines the game's signature humour with a fantasy-themed adventure. Set within a tabletop RPG imagined by Tiny Tina, players battle through dungeons, fight dragons, and encounter quirky characters. I know a lot of people have started to sour on the humour of the series, but there was no denying that at the time of its release, Borderlands 2 and this expansion in particular were acclaimed by many, and I still consider it to be the pinnacle of the series. This DLC was so good that it even spawned a spin-off game in Tiny Tina's Wonderland, although this time to much less acclaim. At number 8, GTA 4 The Ballad of Gay Tony. The Ballad of Gay Tony is an expansion for Grand Theft Auto 4 that explores Liberty City's nightlife as players take on the role of Luis Lopez, the right-hand man of nightclub owner Tony Prince. The DLC features new missions, vehicles, weapons, and a great story filled with moments that even surpass the base game. Exploring the city as Luis opened up multiple opportunities and improved a game that many still believe to be the best GTA of all time. Number 7, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Dragonborn. Dragonborn was the final major expansion for The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, taking players to the island of Solstheim. This DLC introduced new quests, enemies, and the ability to ride dragons. Players face off against Mirak, the first Dragonborn, with new shouts, abilities, and environments to explore. The best of an excellent selection of DLCs in Skyrim, and one that I have played a number of times at this point. A genuine breath of fresh air when compared to the base game's at times lackluster main story. At number 6, Fallout New Vegas, Old World Blues. Old World Blues is one of the most beloved DLCs for Fallout New Vegas. Set in a pre-war research center, this expansion is filled with that classic Fallout dark humor, bizarre experiments, and new technology. Fallout New Vegas is a game I hold very dear to my heart, and one that I've had the pleasure of revisiting multiple times over the years. Old World Blues is the best DLC in the series in my opinion, and one I always love coming back to. Number 5, Bloodborne, The Old Hunters. The Old Hunters expansion for Bloodborne adds a significant amount of content, including some of the most difficult bosses in gaming, such as Ludwig, the Holy Blade, Lawrence, the First Vicar, and the Orphan of Kos. The DLC explores the lore of the Old Hunters and their tragic past, providing a deeper understanding of the Bloodborne universe. Many people are clamouring for more Bloodborne, and whether we get it or not, at least we can always fall back to one of the greatest DLCs in gaming. At number 4, Mass Effect 3 Citadel. Citadel is a fan favourite DLC for Mass Effect 3, offering a heartfelt send-off to Commander Shepard and the Normandy crew, and almost acting as an epilogue for the trilogy. Citadel is packed with character interactions between all of your crew, humour, and a thrilling storyline involving a clone of Shepard, and an excellent party sequence that is a series highlight. Mass Effect is one of the greatest series in gaming, and Citadel does everything humanly possible to cap off the trilogy in the perfect way. And number 3, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Shadow of the Erdtree is by far the newest expansion on this list. From Software has a reputation for creating intricate, challenging, and lore-rich expansions, and nothing has really changed with Elden Ring's first and probably only expansion. Players have new areas to explore, difficult yet excellent bosses to defeat, and deep lore that expands the rich world brought to us by George R.R. Martin and Miyazaki. It's too early for me to put this any higher, especially as I'm not yet deep enough into the expansion. However, it has reignited my love for Elden Ring and has been a valuable reminder of why this is one of the best games of all time. Number 2, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. I'm gonna preface this by saying that Phantom Liberty absolutely saved Cyberpunk 2077 for me. That and the excellent updates leading up to its release. I won't speak too much on the quality of the base game, as you can check that out in our review on this channel. However, Phantom Liberty is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had the pleasure of having. You know, it was so great. This expansion just brings a whole new district to Night City, fresh storylines and new characters, including the incredible Idris Elba and Solomon Reed. Phantom Liberty deepens the narrative experience of the base game, and I recommend every gamer that may have understandably overlooked Cyberpunk 2077 to pick it up right now with this expansion and experience it for themselves. Number 1, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. I don't think there's much of a surprise here at number 1. Blood and Wine is an absolute masterpiece of an expansion for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Set in the vibrant land of Tucson, this expansion introduces Geralt to a new open world filled with intrigue, new monsters, and a gripping storyline. With over 30 hours of content, I believe, new characters, a fresh mutation system, and the ability to own your own vineyard, Blood and Wine is an essential addition to an already stellar game. While my rules forbid me from adding it to the list, I also have to give credit to The Witcher 3's first expansion, Hearts of Stone. 2 expansions of this caliber in an already phenomenal game just goes to show why The Witcher 3 is one of the best games of all time, with Blood and Wine taking the title as my favourite expansion ever. Thanks everyone for watching, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you thought of the list down in the comments.